Fight This 505 podcast. I am your host, Chico Suave, and we got your co-host, Paul Hook You Up Panas in the house.
What's up, world? We're here to jam and have a good time.
We're here to have some fun. We're here to talk about funny. We're here to talk about cannabis, all that good stuff, and I think it goes hand in hand. And we're going to talk to a lot of great people today. I'm very excited about it. This is episode 5. We're already on our 5th episode, Paul.
Woohoo!
So crazy.
We're halfway there.
What better way than to have one of the funniest people in Albuquerque?
Hell yeah.
And even in the U.S. because, man,
Yes.
he is touring all over the place.
I was going to say Albuquerque.
Fletcher. Yeah,
Thanks a lot,
man.
baby.
Yeah.
In the world.
He's making his runs, man. He's out in Vegas. He's out in California, right? I mean, dude, he's all over the place, and we're excited to talk to you. We also got Toby as well.
Hi.
And how do you pronounce your last name again?
Camille.
Toby Camille. And we're going to talk to her as well. And we have Austin from Canna Brothers. Very excited to talk to him about some things that are coming up and how you can help yourself and your store if you're opening up a dispensary, you're trying to open up a grow. We're going to have some more info on that. All right, guys, so let's get to it. We're going to start right now with the famous, we say famous, Kurt Fletcher. How you doing, man?
Man, I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm doing good. We haven't seen each other for a long time.
It's been a long time.
Yeah, we did open mics at Uptown Bar and Grill.
Oh, yeah.
Remember with what was his name?
Who did run Uptown?
I forgot what his name is. Anyways, we had a couple of them that we got to do together, and it was fun, dude. I've seen your comedy before, and I've seen your comedy now compared to what it was, dude.
Oh, yeah.
And you've grown so much, man. You're doing so great. I just want to give you your,
I appreciate it, man.
your accolades, and tip my hat to you because you're doing great. And what have you been up to lately, man? What's going on?
Just been traveling, writing, working on new stuff. Pretty
Nice.
much. Yeah, just keep grinding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you just writing some new jokes, just living your life, seeing what funny things come your way.
Trying to work on material for a new album next year, hopefully. So.
Wow,
Nice.
that's
Yeah.
awesome.
That's awesome. So do you have an album out right now?
Yeah,
Yeah?
put one out in 2019.
Dude,
Yeah.
okay.
Got some album out
right
already.
before the craziness happened.
Yeah.
We have to check that out. So make sure to follow Kurt Fletcher on Facebook, Instagram. He's all over the place. So just search Kurt Fletcher. I even found you myself. So he's easy to find. And dude, is there anything new that you have coming up? Any shows, recent shows that are coming up?
I'm doing a bunch of shows locally since my car broke down, so I had to cancel some gigs.
Oh,
so,
dude, I know how that feels.
I'm doing some more stuff locally now, which is cool. And then Monday nights I help run a open mic at Founders with my friend Holly Bird.
Dude,
wow.
Holly Bird.
That's awesome.
I remember doing comedy with her as well. She's
Yeah,
funny
she's
as
awesome.
hell, dude. I miss hearing a lot of the comics that, I was open mic, I did a lot of the hosting for
Oh, yeah.
and stuff like that. So it's cool to see you guys still, man, just kind of just fucking making it out there and doing more and more. What's one of your motivations, bro, for doing comedy?
I always wanted to do it since I was 4 years old. Since I saw my mom watching George Carlin on TV,
Dude.
and just watching her laugh, and I was like, that's what I want to do.
One of the greats. Dude, that's awesome. Well,
Yeah.
mine was totally opposite, but not. Mine was Pee Wee Herman.
No shit.
And I watched, his big adventure and when he was
yeah.
doing the tequila dance.
Oh, yeah,
I had my
yeah.
dad's platforms. They bought me a great tuxedo and with the red bow. And for my birthday, I put the tequila song and I did the Pee Wee dance, bro. I even put blush on myself,
my
you know?
God.
And they're like, what's wrong with this kid? What the hell is he doing, you know? And then he ended up being a pervert and I'm like, shit, well, I can't end up being like that dude. So then I moved over to Jim Carrey and I was like, all right, this guy's funny. He's fucking all over the place. And he's the reason I love the Miami Dolphins. He's the reason I become a Miami Dolphins fan.
That's funny.
They're 4-0, I think.
Finally, dude, they're finally winning their game. So, but getting back to comedy, bro. I think I want people out there here in Facebook. I want people to hear on this podcast. What kind of advice would you give people trying to do comedy right now?
Right now, oh man,
'Cause things have changed, man.
Don't do it.
Don't do it. Don't do it. It's hard.
It's not as fun as it used to be.
Yeah. There's a lot of hecklers out there.
Not only that, but people are dumber. Mm-hmm. They are.
No, that's true.
And people are more
Hallelujah.
sensitive. People are way more sensitive.
Way.
Yes.
So you have to tiptoe around shit sometimes. So it really affects your writing process.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like,
You have to edit yourself, bro.
Yeah. And it sucks. And I don't like doing that. So
Yeah.
I try to perform at clubs that allow me to do whatever I want. And it's been working out.
That's
so,
awesome.
Yeah.
So find
Yeah.
something that's
But
gonna.
it's really hard to,
Find something that's going to help you, right?
Yeah.
Or something that's going to
But-
benefit you more than anything.
Yeah. But always have fun doing it. That's like the best advice I ever got. Just have fun.
That's awesome.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's the way I believe, man. You got to have fun because you got to be politically correct sometimes, and that's messing up the game. So hopefully that'll change where you could just do whatever you do, freedom of speech.
Yeah,
and
I mean,
all that.
comedy changes all the time, so
Yeah.
who knows what it's going to be in 5 years.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
dude.
true. That's true.
I kind of dread it because, just talking about our favorites, George Carlin,
he's awesome.
dude, Richard Pryor, Eddie Murphy with Raw, and just the classics, dude, and just hearing those guys and just not giving a shit, just saying it like it is.
Yeah.
You know what happened to me the other day? It's like, holy shit, that happened to him. Like it makes you laugh, but you're like, damn, I can't believe you fucking talked about that. And it's just that wow factor, and people don't. Now it's like, oh fuck, he said that.
Yeah.
I think we should leave.
Yeah.
I
Now you can't do that.
He's gonna say worse
You can,
things.
you can
know?
if you're that guy who has their own audience like Bill Burr and stuff like
yeah.
that. But
Yeah, oh,
if you're
yeah.
just some guy like me performing at some random comedy club in the country, and you say some shit that people get pissed off about,
Yeah, dude.
it's a little different.
Yeah, and that's the thing that I tell people is that the big difference between doing radio and doing stand up was like, man, it was apples oranges. It was like you have people in front of you now that can tell you that fuck that wasn't funny, or damn dude, what the hell were you thinking, or some shit, and you're like, you got to be quick. You have to be quick, and then kind of go off of the reaction, or something, get inspired by that reaction, and just be quick with it. I've learned to be quick because of radio. There's a lot of I had to put 5 minutes of content and turn it into 30 seconds.
Okay.
And so I learned to do, just get the meat of the topic and just throw it in there. You know what I mean? Produce it and figure it out, make it sound good, but you just need the meat of it. Now, I think that's the same thing with comedy.
Absolutely,
Is you have to hit those meat points. You know what I mean? Yeah, and you can't just go on and go from subject to subject. You guys kind of have your comedy organized. And I learned that watching like those guys. I love Sinbad.
Oh yeah,
because his was clean comedy.
Oh yeah,
and having clean comedy, and then I watched the Steve Harvey clean comedy that he did, and it was just like, wow, you could do clean comedy, but why don't we see more of this? Because people want, like I said, the wow factor. It's like, oh, I can get this from my dad, I can get this from my grandpa, I can get me, you know what I mean? They start comparing you to old people, or they don't want to step around that topic, they don't want to talk about that, so they'll ignore it. So it's just going into that realm where, fuck man, we're sensitive again. No, why? Get high and fucking chill already. And that's just, I think that will loosen up people here in New Mexico if they start using cannabis more, and we're going to talk about that here in a little bit, but just using cannabis more, and it doesn't have to be smoked, it doesn't have to be vaped, it can be edibles.
Yes.
There's so many ways. We have suppositories at the store that I work at. Nobody has bought them yet.
Really?
But I almost sold one today to a guy. He was like, dude, has anybody bought
what's
those?
your sales pitch?
So this is what I tell them, all right? So, because I read the description, okay? Now, there is going to be leakage, so you have to lay down. Let me just say that, okay? Fair warning, you got to lay down. But if you take it up the rear, those nerves,
particles,
make it double the potency.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if you have 25 milligrams in a suppository, 50 milligrams.
So what if someone shoves one of those up their butt and then someone's eating their butt? Is that an edible?
That's an edible.
Almond Joy.
Hey, and that's free. That's a free edible.
Yeah.
That's a free edible.
See, and this is why a lot of people don't invite Kurt Fletcher to go do the comedy.
I love it.
Yeah, but it probably would be an edible. I wouldn't recommend it though. But yeah, man, there's so many different ways to just relax, to enjoy yourself. I know that a big drug out there is meth and is fentanyl. Dude, I had a person come into the store and say that they bought some wax off the street and it was laced with fentanyl. And I was like, what? They're like, yeah, tell people don't buy it off the street. I'm like, well, yeah. Like, what were you thinking? Did you guys have to meet behind a Goodwill or something? Like, what the hell were you guys doing? And it just gets to that point. But yeah, just getting back to it, man. Comedy, it's growing here. I'm seeing that a lot of clubs are growing here, and I'm really happy about that. And I wish that we can combine cannabis with comedy. You know, with these consumption lounges that are going to be coming through, I think we can do that. Do a comedy club with a oh my God, dude. Even if you're not fucking funny, they're going to laugh.
Oh, yeah. But you know what?
You have main advantage.
With potheads in the audience, if you've been up to the dab bar at the hall, you have to slow it down. So you have to take an extra long pause. Tell your.
It's like performing in the South.
Yeah, and then you just wait. You wait for the laughter. And then you tell your joke, and then you wait. They will get it. They always
They're like via
get it.
satellite.
It's delayed.
They just you just stand there for a minute. Yeah. And then they go,
That's a 7-second delay.
They're the most chill audience.
Yeah.
7-second delay. Yeah.
They'll just wait.
So anyways, getting back on track, we sell lube too. I'll tell you guys about that later.
Yes,
but yeah. So yeah, guys, I think that comedy is going to be a lot greater here in Albuquerque because we're sticking with each other, we're helping each other, we're doing podcasts together, we're doing Facebook Live, and we support each other. I think that's going to be really big, and I think that's what we need as a state, as I wouldn't say a career, I would say as a passion. Right. Even though
what you enjoy doing.
It's something that just drives you. To me, comedy drives me because I've seen Jim Carrey on stage, and I'm like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? Why did he fucking do that? When he puts his hands over his arms and he starts doing the Jack Nicholson impersonations. I started doing impersonation of my uncles. I started doing impersonation of my pastor, everything, dude. And everybody's like, what the heck's wrong with this kid, you know? And I was like, man, I need to do this because the laughter made me, you know, and growing up, I got bullied. I use comedy as my shield. You know what I mean? That way I can make friends instead of these cholos just fucking messing with me and bullying me. I can make them laugh, and they'll be like, don't mess with that kid. You know?
Did you ever get out of fights making people laugh?
Yeah, definitely, dude. You know, I'd lift my shirt up. That's all I would show. They were like, oh, shit, what the put that away, dude. I'm like, hey, make it talk. Look, I'm going to make it talk. You know, and they'd be like, I got fucking fights here now, dude. This is embarrassing. And all the girls would be like, you're so gross. I'm like, but did I get fucking beat up? Nope. I was like, dude, comedy wins.
It's a drug. It's like a drug, man.
Yeah.
Oh, when you hear that laughter, it feels so good, you know.
And in radio, you don't get none of that.
Yeah.
You don't hear any of that.
You don't know.
That's why I laughed in my show all the time, because I was my own ambiance, my own audience, you know. I'm like, ha ha ha. They're like, dang, Chico, you're crazy, man. You're always laughing at yourself. I have to. Nobody else is in here. I'm the only guy. Like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? And people that would come visit me, you know, I would be like, please stay a couple hours. Just chill with me, man. Let's talk all the show. Just stay as long as you want, man. You know, the stars are like, we're going to get the fuck out of here. Come on, man. You know, one comic that I did get to interview was Carlos Medina.
Nice.
And he was an asshole up until the point that I told him I want to do stand-up. So
Oh,
he was
really?
like, what's up, man? Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's what I do. Uh-huh. And he was being a smartass with me. And I go, yeah. I was like, well, hey, I'm trying to do stand-up now. I want to do open mic. And then his fucking whole persona just changed. Dude, let me give you some advice. And he was just saying, don't let people talk down to you. Don't let people do this. Don't let this and that. And he was just giving me advice.
Don't do radio interviews.
Don't do radio interviews.
radio
You know what I
interviews,
mean?
yeah.
And this guy was going off, and I'm like, I got this guy. And he was my buddy after that. He was like, let's take a picture, bro, and this shit. And I'm like, okay, cool. And, you know, we had another star. It was Steve Aoki. He came in. He was mad because the radio station before us had world premiered their song. And you world premiere a song in a number 2 market or number 1, which is New York and LA. In the Albuquerque, we're 69, dude. You don't world premiere a fucking yeah. So that's a good number too. But yeah, and he just came so mad, and I had fucking fans in the fucking studio with me. They were so, oh my god, it's gonna be okay. They even made him a cake and all this shit, and he just came in all fucking pissed. And I was like, oh shit, dude. Like, how the fuck am I supposed to be like, what's up, man? So then I watched his documentary on Netflix before I got to interview him. And I fucking, hey, dude, I can't believe that your dad fucking started Benihana. He's like, oh, shit. It was like, I can't believe you didn't fucking sleep at all. You only slept on the plane or the bus, and you just fucking kept on going from one gig to another, to another, to another. And it's like, thanks for watching the fucking interview. I mean, it's a documentary, man. I appreciate that. And I brought out just one little point of like a thing that he did. He did a big thing in the Bronx or in New York or something, a big block party. And I talked to him about it, and he was like, dude, he's like, thank you, man, for like watching. He got like so excited, and then he just changed his whole persona. He was my best friend.
Yeah.
Let's take a picture, man. You know, they always want to take a picture after that. I'm like, cool. We take a picture all happy, you know? And so, I mean, it's fun to use comedy, use your personality. My personality, I love to be happy. I love to be positive. My show is always beneficial. That's the word I was looking for, to be beneficial. So my show is always a beneficial show. I always said, dude, it's a fucking pandemic. I know you're stressed. I know you're pissed off. Here's 5 ways not to be stressed. Go take a hike. Go read a book. Just be by yourself. You know, listen to some, mantras, or, you know what I mean? Yeah. Just try to find peace, find happiness. Right. I used to do a thing, Motivation Mondays. I do a motivational quote every Monday, just being beneficial. But I would do a little happy, you know, I'd laugh at myself, or I'd tell a joke, or say, you know, hey, man, it doesn't have to be this way. Try to find happiness in your life. Why is it so easy to be mad, sad, or angry, but it's so hard to be happy? Mm-hmm. That's so backwards. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. People are like, man, I don't want to be happy. That's too much work. Well, no.
I have a theory on this.
Yeah.
I think it's because we are inundated with negativity news all the time.
Yes.
When we used to only have the news like once or twice a day, you only got an hour of it twice a day. Yeah. Now it's 24/7.
It's like all the time.
And it's just an incessant dribble into your ear. So if you can tune out of that and tune into what's good, then, you know, because I'm like you, I'm Sister Mary Sunshine.
Yeah.
And I bug people and I say, I don't care.
Yeah.
Here it is. Here's your ray beam, your happy beam. You will be happy. No.
You're going to be happy right now.
I'm not like that.
Yeah.
It's the news. It's that true. If you think about it, the minute you tune out of the news,
right,
you just look around. The sun is shining. We've got beautiful skies. We've got great weather. We've got, if you're lucky, you've got great people in your life.
Yeah.
I think social media too.
Yes.
Social media.
Yeah, people on social media are fucking idiots.
Yeah, they are, man. They get brave. People get really brave. They get brave in so many ways. You know what I mean? Even family gets brave with you, and it's like, yo, man, I haven't seen you in like 15 years. Come on, you know what I mean? Like, really, dude? Yeah. And politics get into it. Everything, dude. It's just a mess on social media. I was just talking to Toby off the air that I had to get off of social media for some reasons, and now I have to get back because I'm trying to, you know, advertise Bite This 505 podcast. So everybody's on here. I'm just kidding.
What's the link?
So the link is Bite This 505 podcast. You guys can check out on Facebook.
Bite This
505 podcast, and on Instagram as well. But yeah, just trying to get back on social media. I'm like, fuck, I don't really want to do it. You know what I mean? I'm like, but I have to do it because it's a free form of advertising. And you have to take advantage of it. These motherfuckers are going to charge us. Yeah, I'm talking to you, Facebook. They're all banned. Stop the fucking video now. But anyways, no, this is a great interview, man. And we're going to turn it from comedy to cannabis. We got Austin here from Canna Brothers Development, man. We were talking off the air, having a nice little session outside, really nice. And yeah, man, we were talking about some services you guys provided, which is really cool. I'm a manager. We were talking about the Southwest Organic Producers on Tramway in Montgomery. We had the audit from the CCD, and what are some ways you can help these businesses out there that are trying to, you know, that are scared to death, man? Everybody's like, fuck, they're gonna come tell us that we're selling weed at the wrong price or some shit. You know what I mean?
Well, if they've gotten to the point where they're ready for a CCD inspection, they've gone through a gauntlet of bullshit already. I can attest to that. And so what we kind of set out to do early on is help people kind of navigate some of the regulatory stuff, kind of pinpoint some of the main focus points that the CCD is going to have. And then if somebody has questions about what's the best way to implement that, you know, even offering solutions or even in-house policies, forms, training, you know, we do general consultation, people that need, I mean, any kind of assistance, really. We have a very diverse background, pretty sound in the cannabis.
And there's a lot of dispensaries out there.
Very many.
You help with licensing a lot too, right?
Yes, absolutely. We've actually just this week got our 70th license.
Nice.
And so that's putting us on par with about 10% of all of the licenses that have been approved have come through our office. And I think that's a huge mark of success for us, and I'm hugely proud of the team, man. I mean,
that's awesome.
You know, it's definitely an effort.
It's good. It's good to have a good team, man. You know, like I was saying, you learn a lot being a manager
Yes.
of a dispensary. I never thought I would be, bro. I've had jobs in the government. I've had jobs being an insurance salesman. I've had jobs at Burger King, Walmart, all this shit, dude. And even on the radio. Radio has been the fucking funnest, like craziest to let me be my own guy, my own person, you know, my own persona. And, but yeah, I mean, cannabis is it's another passion. It's
Yes.
another love, because if you believe in it, if you partake in it anyway, you know the difference between that feeling and the other feelings.
Well, it helps with asthma too, right? Asthma, it helps with seizures.
It helps seizures. It helps glaucoma.
It's a medicine, actually.
Yeah.
Pain.
Yeah.
I use it for pain.
Yeah, for pain.
Yeah.
And long before it was recreational legal, it was legal for almost 10 years in this state as a medical program, and that's kind of how I think we cut our teeth on it and proved to the citizens, you know, some of the people that were still, against cannabis back in the earlier days, 2010, 2011, 2012. I think as they found those family members that, hey, grandma's using this tincture. And she's sleeping better at night.
Yeah,
no longer
dude.
Cranky.
Exactly.
She's listening to a lot of Bob Marley.
Yeah, dude, what's up? She's putting her hair in braids and shit. I don't know. This is weird. Cornrows and stuff. I don't know.
She's got magic brownies.
Yeah, don't eat those. Don't eat those. Those are grandma's special
Grandma's
brownies.
special brownies.
She always has some special brownies. I wonder what's in them.
Having more sex.
I
Yeah.
have a really
you know.
funny story about brownies.
Yeah.
Yes, do tell.
I didn't figure my dose, and I ate up one, and then I figured it out later, and it was like 100 milligrams.
Oh.
And I'm a microdoser that does 5 milligrams.
Oh, my God.
I went into low power mode. I'm talking to my friend, and I just quit talking. And she was like, "Are you okay?" 5 minutes later, I'm good. She says, "Are you sure?" 5 minutes later, I'm good. And that was my answer.
Yeah.
She'd be like, "Toby, are you going to go run a marathon?" Yeah, I'm good. Like anything she said, I just answered with, "I'm good."
I'm good.
I think everybody has at some point in time made a similar mistake and has a similar story about when they over medicated and it's usually with edibles. I found that edibles, number one, and then people with concentrates.
What's
Their
the
first time doing
difference?
a
What's the
dab.
difference between edibles and regular joint, the old school joint? What's the difference? Because I'm old school. I don't even know.
Well, obviously, aside from when you eat and when you smoke, as far as the way the cannabis onset, your body metabolizes it differently when it's eaten versus when it's smoked. For one, it's much slower, and I think that's what catches a lot of people off guard. Is they go, "Well, that first cookie, it's 30 minutes. I'm not feeling anything. I'm gonna have that."
They ate another one.
You've overdone it at that point, generally. So
And I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah.
2 hours later.
No, I always tell our customers and our patients, look, have something in your stomach. Have something that lines up your stomach, whether it be milk, whether it be something fatty, whatever, cracker or something, whatever. And after you eat that, have the gummy or have the candy, whatever you're having. And if not, your acid burns it.
Yeah.
You don't feel anything. I have acid reflux, dude. So gummies don't work for me unless they're 100 or 200. And even then, I'm like, yeah, what's up, man? I'm all taking my kid to the park and going to the farmer's market. I'm like, yeah, get that shit too. I don't give a fuck. Yeah, so I'm just feeling good, dude. And so my dose is bigger. I'm a bigger dude, so my dose is really high. I have to take a tolerance from flower, and I'll do vape.
Right.
And I have to take, I'm sorry. I always hit this thing. I'm always talking with my hands. If I have to take a tolerance from vape, I do edibles. If I do a tolerance from edibles, I do still kind of edibles like capsules.
For sure.
I'll do the THC capsules.
I'm a big fan of the capsules.
Dude, I love those, man.
The whole plant oil,
Everything,
that's,
man.
And I think that's something that is also and again, and we can talk for hours on education, and I'm sure as a dispensary manager, first thing people come in, what's your highest THC? And that's the only thing that most people shop and care for.
Yeah.
And they see that in a multiple of different ways. And I think that goes through edibles too. When people say, hey, it's 50 milligrams, it's 100 milligrams, forgetting that there's other factors to take into consideration. What kind of concentrate, what kind of oil was it made with? Was it made with a distillate and it's THC heavy? Yeah. Or does it have that entourage effect? Like if it's made with like an ethanol plant oil or, a BHO or something like that carries those cannabinoids.
So much goes
through.
into it. So much. And people don't know that, but if you have the right place, you have the right education, you have the right information, people enjoy it. They're like, fuck, dude, I didn't know that shit. You tell people about terpenes, they love it. You're like, hey, man. And then they go like, hey, what's your highest THC? I was like, well, can I give you a little advice? That's kind of a misconception. I was like, you got to check out what the flower's about. You got to tell its genealogy. You can see its terpenes. The terpenes are like the flavor of the strain. And so with that, those flavors come from mangoes, come from pepper, come from lavender, come from lilac. All these terpenes are in your flower. So when you use them, you get the same effect you'll get from those mangoes. Myrcene is the mangoes. Caryophyllene is the pepper. The pepper is the one that helps the stomach. That's what I use a lot of. I have a lot of stomach issues, dude. So I have them in knots. When I smoke the caryophyllene, dude, it just... I'm like, I can eat. Thank you. I can fucking grub it. I'm grubbing it. I'm like, fuck, I'm eating too much. You know what I mean? But I'm like, dude, it feels so good. And so I get to finally eat. Like all day, I can go without eating if I don't smoke. I have to smoke to eat. Here. It sucks, man.
And then as soon as I smoke, I'm
it doesn't suck, but it sucks. Yeah, yeah. No. But yeah, man. I mean, the edibles, it can go either way. But I think with those fast-acting edibles, like the tinctures, the capsules, because they do go through the blood system a lot faster. I say edibles like suckers or even candy drops are good because you're sucking on them and in your cheeks and under your tongue.
Yep, sublingual goes a little quicker.
It goes quicker, dude. You'll feel it a lot.
I've noticed like when I'll take like a chocolate or something and I'll put it in coffee and it like melts in there. It seems like it hits faster.
Yes.
That's a good way to go.
Yeah, and they say that you can't have it too hot if you have a THC because you'll burn the THC if you have the coffee too hot or the water too hot.
Vaporize, and it probably wouldn't be like a mass, vaporization or where you lose all of it, but you could lose a percentage of it,
Yeah. Not too much, but I mean, you still feel it.
We've seen that in gummy production and manufacturing, when they get the sugar nice and hot and they get ready to go, and then they add their, their cannabis oil to it, and there's a little cloud of vapor. And
you're like, there it goes.
Next thing you know, everybody in the room's feeling a little better.
There goes 10%. I'm just kidding, but we're good. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, man. I mean, I love all these products that they have come out with spices, tortilla mix, waffle pancake mix, fucking ranch.
Oh, they're getting creative with it, man.
Dang, dude, it's so nuts. Up to the lubricant. We have one, and I was gonna tell about this, but let me talk about this lubricant. We don't use it for that purpose. I use it on my wife, okay? And she gets a lot of stress knots, so I do the massage oil. You know what the best part is? She passes out. I get to go watch TV. So
I thought he was going somewhere else with
Hi, honey, I know you're watching. I love you. And you know it's true, baby. You love it. But yeah, I mean, my wife has a very low tolerance. She can't take anything more than 10%. And one day I was drinking a cranberry juice with some tinctures in it. And I was like, ready for the day. I shook it up. I was like, let's go to the flea market, man. Let's do this. And I'm like, you want some, babe? And I thought she would know. I fucking take edibles on the weekend. Yeah. Like, I'm ready to go. I have my vape. I have my whatever. I'm ready for the weekend. And I go, you want some? She's like, yes, please. I'm thirsty. And I was like,
oh, shit.
Oh, no.
I don't know. Does she know? And I was like, I don't think she knows. So she gave it back to me. Like, all right, cool. So we go to Fuddruckers, and we're chilling there, and, we're hanging out in the booth, and she's good. She's sitting across from me like you, and she just goes,
I'm ready for a second burger.
Babe, I can't swallow my food. Something's wrong. Something's wrong, babe. Something's wrong. And I go, oh, shit. And she goes, what? And I go, that cranberry juice has some tincture. She's like, babe, I can't believe you. Get a box this shit up. I can't eat it. And I'm like, oh my God, fuck, dude. I'm like, shit. I shouldn't have did that. So then I told her, just calm down, get some cold water, just chill. Don't freak yourself out. We're in a good place. We're going to go to the flea market. Don't go crazy. I go, we're going to chill. Just enjoy it. Just ride it. And if not, we'll get some lemon pepper beef jerky. Get something with a lot of pepper. Because one trick that I learned was a peppercorn. Really? If you get overstimulated, if you get too high, just bite a peppercorn. And instantly, it is so crazy.
Really? I always heard CBD was another way.
CBD's
That's what I use.
Yes.
Because I have like 2 tinctures that I use regularly. And I know if sometimes I want to take a higher dose because I want to sleep.
Yeah.
So I'll use the THC. But then if I start to get like, I'll just do 30 milligrams of CBD in it.
Perfect. See?
Yeah, the CBD is good to cut.
I love it.
That's good.
But that's what helped me quit smoking.
Yeah.
Same here.
I'll just watch Paul's comedy and they'll put me to sleep. Just kidding, Paul.
Hold on. I think I got it.
I'm falling asleep
No,
right
that's
now. No. That's so true.
There you go. There we go. All right, so I think we're at the drip. What is it called? The dab bar? Was it called the drip?
It's called the hall.
The hall. I called it the drip.
Kevin Gates shows there every Friday.
Every Friday?
So, man, I'll have to tell him that he said that.
What did I say?
The drip.
The drip. Hey man, the dab bar called the drip. The drip. Come today, get your dab bar.
I can see it like Drippy's Dab Bar. Or
Drippy's,
something like
Drippy's
that,
dab bar.
They sell it, and everybody smoke the whole plate. The only thing is, it gets really smoky in there.
That is awesome.
So
You're just in a
Friday
cloud. You don't even have to smoke. You just have to walk in and go.
Oh, yeah.
I don't even have to smoke it.
I performed at a dab bar once, and I didn't smoke at all. I was so fucked up.
You're just talking, breathing.
Yeah.
That's the free.
I don't know what's going on. I know, right? It's the free weed, man. I like it. I mean, that's why I like going to the lawn at the Ysleta Amphitheater.
Oh, yeah.
Any concert you go, bro. It doesn't matter what. Even if the Wiggles came, dude. The reunion tour.
That might be the best.
That fucking lawn, dude.
All the
All the
parents out
parents,
there.
like, go down there. I bought you a seat down there. I'll be up
Yeah.
here with the parents. All the parents, fuck yeah.
They're all in the back
brother.
like, fruit salad.
Fucking flashing the Wiggles and shit. They're like, what the hell? We're in Albuquerque. What's going on?
The security over there's like, sir, is this your joint?
Right.
Yeah, you dropped it. Here you go.
Yeah, I know, right? They don't take it away. Yeah, man. No, it's awesome. I love those events. That's why I'm so excited that cannabis is finally here and that it is growing. I talked to the CCD about this, about a lot of dispensaries, because you've seen and you've heard about a lot of licenses. You've seen them pop up. You've seen a lot of just recreational, some medical, and recreational, both.
Right.
But I asked the CCD, how long will they last? Not to be an asshole, like just to be real. How long are these guys going to last? Because they don't have a grow.
Right.
A lot of these guys don't have a grow, and they are buying wholesale. So what I heard was that big companies that are already here, that have been here, are going to do wholesale, but at a pretty penny.
Right.
Because they're going to be the only ones. That's how I feel. I mean, that's what I see.
I think it. I think New Mexico is a unique market because of the way that the licensing was structured to allow manufacturers to act in a sort of brokering manner. And certainly with some of the restrictions they've put on packaging of flower at the dispensaries and at the farm level, there's a lot of people that moved into that, and I think that's kind of a factor that we need to consider in our pricing market, to know that license, you can sell it as a cultivator directly to the retailer, but it limits how they can do it. So it behooves them if they say, I want to get some white label branded flower, I have to go through a manufacturer, so I'm automatically going to pay more than I would if I was to go straight to the farmer, because the farmer's got to make money, manufacturer's got to make money too.
Yep.
I think that's an unknown thing, still at this point, how that's going to play out. I can tell you right now, we very closely monitor the number of licenses throughout the state, the number of dispensaries in any given region. Albuquerque's saturated, and I'm sure you guys can see it driving around town. There's now a dispensary on every corner.
Yeah, pretty much.
I'm trying to look for the cheapest cart. I'm just kidding. I'm like, who has the cheapest 1 gram cart? Who just opened? You know what I mean? I'm like, that's what I'm looking for. And sometimes you find those. Sometimes they're like, $70 for a 1 gram cart. I'm like,
oh man, it's the prices right now, especially as a medical patient coming from before the legal market and having to go through the price gouge, and everybody's guilty of it. There's no one single person that's guilty of it.
For sure.
There's a few things that I'd like to see moving forward as through conversations with the CCD, getting responsible consumer awareness at the dispensary level. One of the things that I don't like as a consumer is going into one of the new dispensaries and they've got the list of the flower up on the board, but there's no indication of who produced it, And I think that's something that should change is especially the new, retailers that aren't vertically integrated, that don't have an attached grow, have to take to the open market and find the best flower. And I think that as farmers begin to develop their brand, you're going to find people that seek out certain growers. Hey, man, I really like brand, grower X over here, and I'm going to find out. And then Grower X can say, hey, dude, I'm in all these different dispensaries. And when I go in, I can see, hey, Banana Kush is Grower X.
That's
man.
perfect.
That's the way it
Yeah.
goes. Instead of, because right now you buy it and you know, you get the THC percentage, you get the strain name, and then you leave and you go, oh, well, this is produced by so-and-so. Well, damn, I don't like so-and-so. Oh, crap, I just got burned
I just
again.
got,
You
that's
know?
funny that you say that, because
Yeah.
some things that I get, I'm like, oh shit, like
You're like,
this
oh,
place
damn,
has it, you
dude.
know, like
Yeah.
I didn't like that place because of this and this and this.
Right,
So
exactly, and I'm,
yeah.
you know, and I think that, you know, again, as we look and of course we're still very, very early in this, you know, sort of thing, and I think people will begin to look at more responsible ways of again, consumer awareness, you know.
For sure.
The other thing I would say is, as a consumer, ask for results, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, look at the results. Everybody should have the testing results, and if they've got terpene profiles, look
Yeah.
at those kind of things and begin to understand those. Find
Yeah.
out how those affect the body, and you know, my take on it, and I've always said THC and the terpenes are kind of like, THC is the boost of a rocket, you know, how high it's going to go, how long it's going to fly, and then the terpenes are like the trajectory system, where it's going to take you. You know, is it going to put
That
you
is
in
a
the
great
couch?
way
Is
to
it gonna-
put it, man.
You know,
Yeah.
and I think and it's just like anything, you know, people buy economy cars for fuel mileage, you know. It may have roll down windows and still have a cassette deck, you know. But
That's what I have. What are you talking about, man? I bought a 2001 with a tape deck and a CD player. I'm like,
I got a
fuck
CD
yeah!
player too. Hell yeah.
But
Yeah.
you know, the thing you buy it for is the economy. You
Yeah.
know, hey, dude, it gets 400 miles to the gallon, man. I mean, I'll
Hell
sit,
yeah.
you know, I'll sit with no AC, whatever.
Fuck yeah. No, that's a great way to describe it. Yeah.
I'm excited, man. You know, being a manager is a huge opportunity to connect with patients and
Definitely.
educate people, and I think that's a kind of a cherished role that you and everybody else that's working at the dispensary right now is kind of the forefront. You don't
Yeah.
know your cultivators, you don't know your manufacturers like you do your dispensary people.
The one thing that helped us with that is being open to medical before rec. You built a relationship with these guys. They didn't know anything about cannabis, and they didn't know about getting a medical card, and you helped them with that. And now they're coming back, and now rec's here. And they're like, fuck, are things going to change? Like, we have to wait. Like, now we put medical before any rec. So say there's two guys waiting that are rec, and someone comes in behind them, I have to take that guy.
Perfect.
And they give us looks, and they give us huffs and puffs, and they say, sorry, it's our policy. We have to do it. They were here first.
And that's protecting
You
the
know,
patients,
and
I
that-
think
yeah.
that's huge.
For
you
sure.
know, as a fellow patient,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
grateful of that
and they
connection.
are. They're very grateful, and I think that they should keep that up, and that I think a lot of dispensaries should learn from that because, yeah, they were here first, and you built that relationship. They've been coming for years and years, and you're going to make them stand in line. That's kind of shitty, dude.
Well, and as I'm sure you guys can see, 40% of the overall cannabis sale are still to
Yep.
medical patients.
Yep.
That's huge.
That's true.
You know, that's
Yeah.
huge. And I'm sure quite opposite of what people were expecting. You know, I
Oh,
think
yeah.
people were expecting, medical market to really fall off as rec came on.
Mm-hmm.
Man, the money I've saved on taxes alone this year would pay for 5 or 6 different licenses.
And we deal with Buen Salud. They're out of southern New Mexico, and we're doing free licenses.
Nice.
So we're like, hey, you want to stop paying 20%? I'll get you a free license. Like, what? Free? And I'm like, yeah, you just got to do this and this and this, and they'll call you and they'll do a consultation, and
Well, now you got
and-
Duke and Brian Egoff challenging
There you
the
go.
state, medical insurance providers
right.
to now cover medical cannabis. So even furthering the desire to maybe hang on to your medical. card.
How do you think that's going to go? Like in your opinion, do you think that's gonna pass? Do you
I think
they'll
he's got a
eventually-
good batting record in the state. I think once you get to the point that you're working with insurance, there's out of state considerations that have to be considered. They've done love it or hate it. They've done a lot for how the program works already in this state. Based off of different lawsuits and different filings that they've filed against the state, and so. Maybe they do have success. I'd love to see it.
That'd be awesome.
I think it would be groundbreaking.
If they can pay for your medicine, I think that'd be awesome.
Insurance.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome. That'll be like Medicaid,
Yeah.
in a different
I
way.
had a question. So they're giving free medical cards? Is
Yeah,
that
we do free medical
You'll
cards.
get you one. You want
Yeah.
one?
Can you?
Yeah.
Because I can't use opiate painkillers
Perfect.
Yeah.
at all.
That's
Yeah.
perfect for you.
So yeah, that's perfect. And then if you have any medical records or anything, just bring your stuff up. At our
Great.
Southwest Organic Producers on Tramway in Montgomery. We'll get you the packet and we'll send it off. They call you and they do the consultation, and then you get your medical license in like 6 weeks.
Right.
Yeah.
And the two things that they
Nice.
really relaxed prior to that was the chronic pain. They
Yeah.
used to require a doctor's authorization and a bunch of records. Now you can have a chronic pain doctor sign off on it, and then PTSD is
Yeah.
another
That's
really,
one.
really big channel.
Mine's an
yeah.
allergy. So
Okay.
it's like,
Yeah.
it was documented like 100 years ago, but
Wow.
I cannot take opiate at all.
Yeah.
So
No, that'd be
that's why-
perfect for you.
That's why I use
Yeah.
the CBD and the cannabis on occasion.
The doctors will get you there.
There you go.
All right, cool.
All right. So anything
No.
anything we can end with? Any last thoughts? Any of our comics here, Paul?
Yeah. Will the insurance cover the comedians if they eat edibles? Like, do they still, like
Only if you
And they eat
Okay,
shit
yeah.
on
It's
stage.
like-
shit on
All
scene?
right.
People complain
These
about
are
the
the
ticket
places you
prices.
shouldn't go.
Yeah.
These are the things you shouldn't do. That's what they'll tell you. Here, don't do this, okay? No, I appreciate you guys coming by. Kurt Fletcher, it's been a pleasure, man. And we just, we support you, man. And we just keep on seeing you rise. That's that, you're doing great, man.
I
Keep it
appreciate
up.
it, man.
Yeah, Toby as well. You're doing your, dude, snarky
puppets.
puppets. I can't believe it's you. I just followed your page and I've been watching your videos and it's you.
It's ridiculous.
And we did a video together. Yeah, so
Yeah,
it's-
he's on it on TikTok.
yeah, so I'm on TikTok now.
I
I've never
posted
been
it.
on TikTok before, so now I'm going to be TikTok famous. And thank you, Paul Panas, for coming by.
Thank you,
Appreciate it,
cuz.
man. And we got to say thank you to Austin. Yeah, Canna
Thank
Brothers Development. We appreciate it, man. All
I
the
gotta say
information.
thank you to you guys.
And we'll have you guys back anytime you guys want. Let me know. It's been a pleasure. Thank you so much for being a part of Fight This 505 podcast. You can check us out on Facebook, Instagram, and we're going to have a lot of things coming your way. Some comedy shows. We're going to be talking more about cannabis, local food as well. Keep your eye out for that. Thank you guys so much.